Please click the subscribe button and the notification icon. It will help us a lot.
One of the big shifts that I had in my mind when you're doing animation and when you're a kid, I guess, you have like these ideas of what's the perfect job in animation, right? And then like, oh, I want to work at this studio, or I want to work like this for this company. And then the more you're going to the industry, the more you realize, oh, it's a job. And sometimes the things that you think are going to be the most fun are actually not as fun because they're more corporate. And then, to my surprise, the things you expect the least to be the more fun end up being like the wildest things. I had knowledge of Titmouse, but I didn't have the knowledge of Titmouse that I have now, of course. So I wasn't expecting Titmouse to be what it is for me now. You know, there's like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney, like all these things that you dream about, and then all of a sudden I'm in this space where like I actually think that I have so much creative freedom. And I was like, oh my God, sometimes it's like, this is where I want to be. Like this idea that I had of like, oh, if I don't make it to Disney, then I'm nobody. And then you end up working in a place that is just so great. And every day that I wake up, I'm happy to go to work because it doesn't feel like work. Because to me, the biggest ideal is to have creative freedom. And I feel like this is what this work gives me, right? If I wasn't doing this at this point in my life, then I probably would just be freelancing or just independent animation. There's another, and this is kind of like, it's not sad, but it's kind of like, you always also feel that you're reaching these checkpoints, like in a video game, right? Like, okay, I moved from my hometown to Bogota, checkpoint. I moved from Bogota to the US, checkpoint. You know, I graduated from school, like, but in reality, like, there's no checkpoints. Like, it's always, like, you always have to keep going, and you always have to, like, sometimes it feels like you have to start again. You get better and you get more confident, but it's always work, right? Like, you never stop working. You're not, it's not like Neo, like you just put yourself like a thing in the back of your neck and then you go like, I know Kung Fu. It's always work, and you always need to keep learning stuff. And sometimes it's very disheartening because right now we can access the internet and see everything, and then you wake up one day and you click on a thing, and then you find that a guy that is like, 11 years old animates 10 times better than you do, and you're like, oh man. It's like, so like, you just have to keep your mind in a space that is like sane, and I always feel like you should keep being inspired. So I try to do stuff like go to museums, look at art, not just focusing myself on animation, but kind of like and go out in nature as well.